A man sits at his desk surrounded by unopened mail, most of it with red pay now stamps. Staring blankly at a wall, he has $4.71 in his bank account. All he sees are unpaid bills, overdue notices, late fees, and then he takes a deep breath, for the first time in years. He feels a sense of calm knowing that in 12 months he'll have enough money to finally buy back his freedom. In today's story, we're going to talk about the exact steps this man took to pay off $50,000 in less than a year. To protect his privacy, we've changed his name to Jake. On the outside, Jake had everything to be thankful for. A loving family, a decent education, a good heart, and most importantly, health. But on the inside, his finances were a mess. Student loans, credit card debt, and a car loan left him drowning each month. In early 2024, Jake lost his job. With over $30,000 in student loans, $10,000 in credit card debt, and a $9,000 car loan, he was broke, scared, and ashamed. Every month he was drowning. Minimum payments, no savings, and rent due. He cried one night staring at his bank account. $4.71 balance. That was the moment. He told himself, enough. I need a plan or I'll stay trapped forever. That night, he came up with a simple 3-phase action plan and stuck it to his fridge with tape. The goal was to spend less than he earned, save what he could, and then use that to get ahead of his debts. So let's break down his strategy. Phase 1. Cut ruthlessly. Jake knew he couldn't afford anything anymore, but he didn't want to live in his car. So he found a roommate, cut all subscriptions, eating out, or new clothes. Anything non-essential went. His expenses dropped from $2,200 per month to $950. Phase 2. Build income from scratch. Jake took on any job he could find. He posted his services on Fiverr and charged just $5 for basic writing, Canva thumbnails, resume editing, etc. He delivered 5-star service on every $5 gig and repeated the process. By month 3, he was making around $500 per week from various online gigs. Phase 3. Pay debt like a machine. Jake used the debt avalanche method. He paid the most interest-bearing debts first, minimum payments on others. He tracked every dollar in Google Sheets. By the end of month 3, Jake had already paid off $2,000 in debt. He felt empowered seeing progress for the first time. At the same time, he continued taking on more work. By month 4, he had 3 main clients paying him $1,000 per month. By month 7, Jake had saved enough to pay off his $20,000 credit card company. He didn't stop there. He kept going. By month 9, he also cleared his $9,000 car loan. 3 months later, in month 12, Jake became completely debt-free. He had paid off $50,000 in under a year. Now here's the thing. Jake didn't win the lottery. He didn't have rich parents who bailed him out. He didn't take loans from friends or family. He simply followed his plan, week after week. He didn't miss a week. He didn't stop tracking his dollars. He didn't give up when things got tough. But his biggest battle wasn't money. It was in his mind. Every day he battled feelings of guilt, comparison, anxiety, and fear. At times he wanted to quit, go back to the old Jake and spend money like he had someone else's money. But he pushed through. So how exactly did he push through? What was his secret weapon? Well, Jake had 3 daily habits. He meditated for 10 minutes each morning to quiet the noise in his head. He watched 1 financial video every day to learn and stay inspired. And he read 1 page of a mindset book before bed to remind himself of his purpose. It wasn't about saving money, Jake said later. It was about saving myself. That's a powerful lesson we all need to hear. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's about what the money represents. Freedom, choice, peace of mind. And now that he's on the other side, Jake wants to help people like you and me avoid the pain he went through. He's sharing 3 lessons he learned on his journey. Lesson 1. Know every dollar's job. Not having a financial safety net can be scary, but it can also be a blessing in disguise, Jake says. When you're forced to make every dollar count, you realize money isn't something you earn or spend, it's something you manage. It gives you superpowers when you know exactly where your money is going. You become fearless. You can track your spending, identify waste, invest wisely, and achieve your goals. In other words, when you know every dollar's job, money works for you, not against you. You gain control of your financial life, and that's the first step towards true financial freedom. Lesson 2. Skills are currency. When Jake lost his job, he panicked, thinking he'd lost his only source of income, but he soon realized that wasn't true. He had a skill set and a brain. He could always learn new skills and find new ways to make money. Skills are currency. Learn, sell, repeat. He says it might feel uncomfortable at first to sell your skills online. It did for me. But the sooner you embrace it, the better. You don't need fancy degrees or connections. You just need a phone and internet to get started. There are endless opportunities out there, like freelancing, teaching, consulting, coaching, blogging, podcasting, creating digital products. The possibilities are endless. Lesson 3. Budgeting is a lifestyle. We often think of budgeting as a temporary measure, something we do when we're broke or in debt. But Jake disagrees. He believes budgeting should be a lifestyle. It's not about deprivation or sacrifice, he says. It's about clarity and focus. When you budget, you prioritize what matters most to you. Maybe it's paying off debt, buying a house, or traveling the world. When you stick to a budget, you honor your values and goals. You become more than just a paycheck away from disaster, and you become a master of your own destiny. Jake kept a budget journal where he recorded every expense and income. He called it his financial diary. Every entry made me more aware of my spending habits and motivated me to stick to my goals. The last thing Jake wants you to know is that people may laugh, but don't let them. One of the hardest things Jake dealt with was the judgment and mockery of others. They questioned his choices, doubted his abilities, and underestimated his drive. Some thought he was crazy. Others thought he was selfish. But Jake didn't let them stop him. He focused on his mission and stayed committed to his plan. Today, Jake is happy to share his story with the world. He hopes it inspires others to take charge of their finances and break free from debt. He knows firsthand how crippling debt and financial stress can be. And he's proof that with hard work, dedication, and a solid plan, anyone can achieve financial freedom. If Jake can do it, so can you. If you're ready to start your own freedom journey, comment debt-free 2025 below. Let's motivate each other. And subscribe to our channel for more stories and strategies to level up in life. Thank you for watching.